And that's what he started to do.
When you're playing in a tight match and there's 3-4 breaks maybe needed to win a frame, is it such a different mentality than when you know, when I'm making one mistake now, I'm losing these frames? What's that like when that pressure starts piling up?
Well, that's what the quality snooker is, and Bingtao's proved that he can win it in one visit now.
Way back, way before, it's 128. Looking through the draw at the moment, it'd be nice to have Selby back, that's for sure. We missed him this week.
Well, look, he's got so many points in the bank, he can have a week off and just do nothing. He could probably have half a season off if he wanted to, but he'll be fresher than most for his title defence. And, you know, when it comes to the big tournaments, Jimmy, you know, all of a sudden Selby comes out, say, big tournaments, the Triple Crown events, he's the man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the ultimate professional. He knew he was tired from China and the champion of champions, and he knew that he had to take this tournament off to have his best chance. And last year he was fantastic throughout the whole tournament.
He's been watching this week, by the way. He sent a few texts in about some of the matches.
Text wrong.
Yeah, no, he watches all the snooker. He may not be here, but he's watching it.
See, I was thinking if you're going to take it off, you know, to rest up, you may as well, if you're going to watch it, you may as well come here. Do you know what I mean? You can watch it in the couch with us.
I think he's been doing a few exhibitions, but snooker's his life, and he's a great world champion.
Yeah, did you notice that a certain 17-year-old has snuck into the top betting on that caption? You know, which is the first time we've seen that, you know.
Got to happen, isn't it? Listen, it's got to happen. Him and a few others. At the start of the week, you asked the question, are they coming through? Well, I think you've been answered. They are coming through now.
They are indeed. And we always talk about how perilous, the danger, the unpredictability of a best of 7 in the early rounds at the home nations. How do you fancy a best of 5 for the Alex Higgins Trophy? That's next. quality of a match that we've been watching, it's this. For example, long putt success. Only 5 attempts and only 2 made in the first 4 frames by Mark Williams. Has got definitely better since then. I suppose what does jump out is that there's only 1 pink between them in terms of total points scored with sums up.
No, it's a very tight game now. 6 each, both playing well. You've got to say the momentum's with Williams and the experience. But this next frame is a big frame for Bingtao.
But Ronnie has said it all week, Neil, that you have to judge Jan Bingtao by the highest of standards. Yes. But this is pressure that he's never felt before.
That's a very good point. This is it. But I've seen so far him stepping up and finding a higher gear every time he's been put under pressure. If he can do it in the final, then he really is, a real champion in the making. And not only this week, but a champion of all kinds of big tournaments in the game.
I know, it's absolutely nail-biting. And you get a lot of tweets coming in from people saying there's a little bit of heart with Jan Bingtao, and there's a little bit with Mark Williams as well. And when you invest in the players like that, and you get snooker like this, you put them together, double whammy.
How can you mind who wins this? If you're a snooker lover and a snooker neutral, you really don't mind who wins, and that's not often that you can say that. There's a great story in either.
Absolutely. Well, one way or the other, Jimmy White is presenting the Alex Higgins Trophy, either the youngest ever winner of a ranking title since snooker began, or a man with more silverware than Uri Geller. Mind-bending stuff for Philip Studd and Joe Johnson to get their heads around.
13th frame, Mark Williams to break.
And you've got to think that 15-minute interval was of benefit more to Jan Bingtao than Mark Williams, who built up a head of steam there, 3 straight frames, but the chance for Jan to get on the practice table as he is wont to do and regroup. We're back to where we started. Even Stevens, except that now it's a race to 3.
Yeah, sometimes that break comes to save you. This is straightforward though, this red to the left corner. I don't think it can hold for the black. What a brave shot to take on, using the pack of reds to try and get back down the table. Look at this shot again. He knew the cue ball was going into the pack of reds with all that topspin on. It threw the cue ball wide, and now he's got a chance. Maybe put the cue ball in behind the yellow. He's looking at the blue, but there's no need to be so attacking so quickly.
3 out of 4 over 12 frames from long range is exceptional.
I don't think he's looked at coming off the cushion and landing behind the yellow, but
Bingtao, 1.
That may be just as good. Had he played the snooker behind the yellow, could have just come off the left side cushion and landed up to the reds. Well, this is a little bit more tougher, the safety.
Thank you very much.
Just the paint. Over the right side of the table again.
Jimmy said this was a big frame for Jan Bingtao, and were he to lose it, of course he'd fall behind for the first time in this final. That would be a different kind of pressure for him to handle.
Well, managed to get the cue ball over the right side of the table, which makes the safety a little bit more difficult. Could come off the left side cushion, land up to the reds just below the pink. Could try and land up to the red below the black.